switchboard. He said, "Oh yeah, where are you? You need help?" Because I pushed the wrong button. I told her, "I'm sorry, wrong button." She said, "Okay, what's your name?" Richard. Bloomington Road. Wrong button. Look at me, I'm starting to get old, eh?
Oh, here we are. Here we are. Welcome to everyone on the Monday night family show. Let me switch this over to here and over to there and bring us up to here. Actually, I'm going to change that over to here. We'll go here first. Hold on, guys. Reminder to like, share, and subscribe. I think that's better. It's the Monday Night Family Show where we talk everything and anything to do with pigeons, pigeon racing, pigeons in general. If you like what we do, reminders again to like, share, and subscribe. I am Ryan, and that is Loft Manager Richard. We're going to make sure that we are connected on the YouTube and Facebook, which it looks like on Facebook we are. So please, if someone can let me know if we are on YouTube. Good evening to Tracy. We hear Ricky. Yes, he was talking on the intro, but that's okay.
I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Parrish says hello. Michael Peevler says hello. Mike Green says good evening. Brian Mansker says good evening. And Johnny Crates just got done watching your Serge Van Alsecker interview. It was the best. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Yeah, we had a pretty fun day. We went to the breeding station. That was really, really good. We got to do a little tour there to promote our Pigeon Boss tour. And then we finished off the evening with Serge Van Alsecker, which I would say that's one of my better interviews. And again, it's just because the people had some good questions, and Serge and myself, we worked pretty good together. Ricky, we got to send that one to you so you can watch it. I think Serge always is full of common sense and compliments, or not compliments, common sense, and he's a pretty smart guy. But hey, we're back on Monday nights, Ricky. What's new?
Oh, not much. I watched the Anik Gochan interview that you had, and that was tremendous. 100% positive, tremendous with Gabby. I thought it was a great interview.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the Anik birds. I've asked multiple people about them, and she's getting very high praises because not only does she have some of the very best original Gabby pigeons from Gabby, but she's been able to maintain a high level with them. And I was at Theo Wagens, the big white pigeon loft. He talked highly about her. Serge talked highly about her. The Norman said yes, she does very well. Emil Denny's said yes. Gabby said he agreed. And people are winning with the birds in our area. The pigeons that we brought in, all 8 lots. And guys, I am there's only one lot I'm scratching my head at, and that's the lot number 1. I want you guys that are watching this show to go look at lot number 1. And you tell me if that pigeon doesn't have all the breeding in it you want. You want Gabby's winning today. Please take a look at lot 1. I think it's going to be a home run pigeon. It's Anik's favorite. I think it's her favorite in the sale. Uh, it's just an awesome pigeon. But go ahead, Ricky.
If I could say something, I handled the bird today. I went through the lots myself, and the confirmation on that bird is excellent. Lot number 1 I really liked, and I also liked lot number 8. That pigeon is it's a work of art,
Yeah,
you know.
and here when
And
you see it, just 1 second, there you see
yeah,
the owner, number 8, Wally Bielik. He bought a full brother of lot number 8. That's when he bought it at our event, and that's 6 months after. To see the old guy, he's a real pigeon guy. He loves his pigeons, and he bred multiple combine winners with that pigeon. And guys, if you ask Anik, she says a good mating for 8 is the number 2. I believe it's a hen. But the pigeon scored
yeah.
very, very high on the
Okay,
confirmation.
okay. Number two pigeon. If I may say something, I handled that as well. And if you look at her in the show cage, or our presentation cage, she looks like a very large pigeon. She is larger, but you put her in the hands, she is buoyant. She is, and that's totally uh, 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 annex. She puts the larger hands to a little smaller cocks or even small cocks. This hen is just, oh, yeah, again, perfect. Uh, the other one was the white flight out of, I think it was the father got sold to China.
Yeah, father got sold
Can't,
to China. She sold
I,
she sold a few expensive pigeons in the 50,000 euro range to China
yeah,
to 20,000. Um, I mean, in that price range, guys, the people show up there because she got the pigeons, the Gabby pigeons that are winning. And yes, her hens. It's funny. Her her hens look like cocks. They look a bit big, but you put them in your hands, and the one thing they have the size, but they're buoyant, and they got great
buoyant.
feathers.
Yeah,
And I think we talk about big pigeons. I don't like big pigeons, but I don't mind a big pigeon that's put together the right way. And
yeah, if people, I think I will describe it. A large, big pigeon would handle like a chicken in your hand. These pigeons, they're not like that. They're the buoyancy, the feather, the streamline uh, is amazing.
100% they are, yeah.
Okay, and yeah, and I do believe I do believe that a fellow by the name of Ian down in Lake Erie, he also bought some of these gabbies, and he's doing very well. And the thing is, this Gabby line, Gabby and his father, and Gabby himself, he continued on. And I seen the interview. You asked him, uh, "Are you a better flyer than your father?" And he said, "No. My father was an extremely good pigeon flyer." And uh, these birds, Gabby, he introduced to Annex in 2006 with 3 pair of eggs, and he has schooled her along the way to create a duplicate of their family.
Well, and the funny part is, after the show, we talked about those 6 eggs. 4 out of the 6 were super breeders. And
Yeah,
that's, if you look at Wally Bielik, he buys one pigeon, he pairs it, he crosses it to a Frank Elkman pigeon from Germany, which he purchased through us. Again, I believe that had Gabby blood in it. It's a German bird that's full of Gabby blood, and everything that's come out of that pigeon has been top notch. Uh, Guys, I will say these pigeons are special. You just have to have a little bit of confidence. And the price,
You will not start getting pigeons from Anik. They start around 2,000 euros a pigeon. So you can bid in confidence, and you won't get pigeons like this. You're going to start with grandchildren.
so I'm just saying, just take a look if you want real good gabbies. Now, we had some questions that came in. Hoffler Farm says, will there be
Yeah,
an
I have something to say before I forget,
Okay.
if you don't mind. I did the pricing. Okay. If you start at your home and you make some phone calls,
Hey, Ricky.
could be two. Okay. I'm just saying pricing before you even.
Just stop. Just stop. If you come on the Pigeon Boss tour, it's $5,900 to see 10
Right.
lofts, 13 days, hotels.
That doesn't include your airfare or your dinner. Hold on. By the time you're done your airfare and your dinner, you're at around $6,500 to $7,000, $7,500. You haven't bought one pigeon yet.
Right.
You haven't bought a pigeon. You haven't bought one. You have not bought one. I promise you, if you buy all these gabbies, if you were to buy the wholesale or a cock and a hen, just one pair, it's worth it. And
Yeah.
go ahead.
I know you cut me off there, but I did some pricing, and I'm saying before you even talk about these Gabby birds, it's going to cost you $2,000. Forget about buying the bird. Getting the bird quarantined and brought it here. Before you even go and say hello, it's going to cost you people $2,000. Like, holy jumping catfish, come on.
Well, I don't know.
Are you not opening your eyes?
I don't know.
And Wally Bielek.
I don't know about $2,000, but yeah, it's going to cost you some time and money and energy.
Do you want me to add it up?
Not really, no.
$1,200 for airfare.
Oh, yeah.
$200 for a minimum phone call.
Right.
$300 for a hotel room. Let's add it up. Taxi cab, car rental to go and visit her. Hey, let's add that all up. We're talking $2,000, and you didn't even buy a bird.
Hold on. You're getting fired up about that, and that's good, because you know what? You're doing the price checking, right? Hold on. What's the other thing we've already proved? This women's pigeons in North America are winning in one loft races. They're winning in combines. Hold on. You know what? Don't sell the birds no more. Do you want to know why? Let the people get the deals that deserve them. It's okay now. It's okay. You know what they say? It's the forest through the trees. Now, I got some questions I got to fire in here. Hoffler says, will there be an inventory? Yes, I got the laptop here. When I get back, before the birds go to the U.S., I will do an inventory. We haven't really been getting many birds back. Anything we've gotten back, Richard has told me, and I've called the people. So if you haven't got a call from me, none of your remaining birds haven't come back. So I have contacted the people who have gotten birds back 3 days later. Why? Because right here, look, there's the clock. I use this. This is my computer. So I'm just letting you know, if you get a call, because Richard will call me and say, hey, I've got bird CU 1221 here, or CU ABC here. And I let the people know. Stan says, greetings from St. Catharines. St. Catharines, hello. Billy says, hello. Jordan Polson says, hey, guys. I say hello to you. Ron the man says, hello. Hello. Billy has this here, Ricky. He's going to say, I have my pigeons up to 43 miles twice. Would it be okay to jump them to 75? Again.
He's asking me. He's asking us.
What do you think? I can't tell you. I don't know.
Okay, so he's had them up to 45 miles. The birds have been loft flying an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon. They're well flown. Well, or did he take them only 2 times 45 miles?
We don't know, because he just gave that. So I guess kind of what the question is, how many trainers have you done up to that? how are they coming, and how long are they taking to do 45 miles? Are they taking 3 hours? I would say if they're doing 45 miles or 40 miles in about 50, 55 minutes, sure. You know what? If you want to jump them, hey, don't jump them to 75, jump them, jump them 70, 75. But I would take them maybe another couple times there because, again, I don't know what your training was before that. You could have go slow. No need to rush, Billy.
Yeah. What's your loft flying?
Oh,
You know, how much did the loft fly?
we know that. How many training
Where,
tosses
where
have
is
you
he?
done? How many training tosses have you
Yeah.
done? Hold on. Great deal. Cost me $8,000 for a honeymoon in Tahiti 20 years ago. Yeah, that's right. Going to Tahiti, $8,000. David Shaw Putnam says hello, everyone. Hello, David. I look forward to your Monday night family shows every week, and that's why we did it. We wanted this time when I came to Europe to try and keep it going, and we're going to try and bring in a little bit of the European what we see here. And I know we're talking about auction birds. This is auction season. This is the time you improve your pigeons. I talked to Serge Van Alsacker. He had 51 first prizes this year, or whatever, I believe it was. That's what he said, right? And he's still bringing in new birds every year. Every year he brings in new birds, every single year, because he says, if I don't do this, I fall behind. Now, he's not going in and bringing average Joes. He's bringing the best that he can afford, the best quality that he can get, the best qualities that he can
Okay. You know, yeah. If I can stop you for a minute, let's look at the sports people, the hockey teams, football teams, soccer teams. They go, oh, next year we brought, or this year coming, we're getting so and so on our team. You know, how they bid? They get so and so. He's coming. This one's coming on our team. We got rid of this one, that one, that one. He went to another team. But that's how the sports get stronger. And exactly like Serge said, you look, you get a better player, a little better player to come on your team. You made it up. That's all part of the pigeon game. But the sports game, they say, oh, the Maple Leafs, did you know they just got this guy? They got this guy. They let that guy go. They got this guy. That's how you improve. If you stay with what you got, you're going to be
now.
right. You always got to add.
Now I'm looking here. Billy says they're loft flying an hour and a half. That's good. How many times have you been training them? And we'll let you answer that, Billy. Alfonso says, how you breed OLR winners is the future. How do you breed OLR winners? Well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna tell you. I looked at Annex Wall. Remember the wall, Dad? You seen the wall?
Yeah, I
the
seen it.
birds I
Yeah,
showed you?
yeah.
Those were all one loft
Yeah.
race winners that she bred from her national pigeons, her provincial winners. I think the people here are getting very misled down a road. There's a road they're getting misled. And here's the road. If you want to listen and the truth is the truth. In the 80s and the 90s, you could go to Belgium and you could buy a first national pigeon. You could buy a national ace pigeon. Most people could go and afford it $10,000 or $15,000, $5,000, $8,000. You could buy it. That's no longer really the case now. Now, a provincial winner can get you $10,000 to $25,000. A first national ace pigeon could get you $200,000 or $300,000. And what I've noticed is some of the big Americans, they were smart. One loft racing. We're going to buy one loft winners and breed more one loft winners. If you look at majority of the one loft winning birds,
We're going to talk about Wolverine.
We're going to talk about that pigeon. It comes from Nicholas Norman's loft. Okay, he's one of the most prepotent breeders in the world. He never flew a one loft race in his life. Take a look at Serge Van Alsecker. He bred a pigeon. The Rick Martis bred Little Miss Nikki, one loft race winner. Take a look at them. In all honesty, we have bought one loft race winners. They've bred squat for us. When the one loft races that we won, we didn't send one loft pigeons. We didn't buy any. We just sent our own pigeons. There you go. I think take your best pigeons that you're racing with and
Send them out. And if you get a good one that finishes, bring it back. Now that has a one loft ability.
But I don't think if you go out and you buy an Ace One Loft racing pigeon, I don't think there's no guarantee. None at all. I think it's a shot in the dark. And I wouldn't go and waste $10,000 on a pigeon
Pigeon at 101 loft race, because all I know is I don't even care if it's an ace pigeon. I want to see the course. I want to see the conditions. I want to see how many times it went down the road, how many miles it put in, and how many hours on the goddamn wing it flew.
and it better make fly enough miles. It better have done everything to the max level before it's worth really investing a big chunk of money on. That's what I'm thinking. But hey, everyone drinks it their own way, wants it their own way. And if you've had good luck with one loft birds that you've purchased, that's great. From what I experience and from what I see here in Belgium, they're not overly interested. And I know why, because it's not at the highest level. But hey, I think one loft racing is breeding for the future. I think you just send your best birds and bring your birds back. If you want to try one, try a bird. You don't have to go for an expensive one. You might have some luck. My bird,
I'll say if I can
yeah.
say something. I would go with my birds to a real, honest one loft race. A real, like you say, honest training, right from start to finish. Otherwise, I don't go. I don't go with this. I don't know what you call it. Cow patch shit. Forget
Cow track racing.
And I'll say
cow
this.
track shit.
I will say this.
I don't go with it. I don't go. And I see the one loft races. The guy's flying 1,700, 1,800, 1,500 in an area where the combines they can't get more than 1,400 meters per minute. All of a sudden, this guy's flying 1,700 meters every time he goes out. I'm sorry, but and he's only trained 4 or 5 times. I'm sorry, but I'm going to get loud, but I don't go with that. This is garbage.
And that's what I said.
Take a look at really what you're buying from, and take a look at what you're judging your breeders on, what the real races are about, the start, the end, the finish. Billy says, my birds are beating me home.
He's taken them to 45 miles twice, and he says my birds beat me at 45 miles. Okay, so they've done that twice. That's pretty good. You know what? Give them one time now on a headwind and see how they come. And then the next time out, take them 70 miles. Go ahead. They're coming okay. I don't think there's a problem. You're happy with it. You sound like you're happy. I've been training them down the road for 2 months now. Oh shit, yeah, they're ready to roll. If you've been training them for 2 months, they're good.
If I can say something, I know my birds. I know how they are at 45 miles. I jump them to 120 miles, no problem. But I have to know how they loft fly. I have to know how they respond when they come in. I have to, you have to know.
I think 75 miles for your next toss. Good. Go take them. I think they're ready to go. They sound like they're coming good. You've trained them for 2 months. 2 months is 8 weeks. You're at 45 miles. It sounds like you've taken your time with them and you've respected them. I think you're ready to roll.
Ask Billy, how many training tosses have they had, though, in 2 months? add them up.
I'm gonna say he's gone at least 3 times a week. That's what I'm gonna shoot for that number. That means he's got at least 25 to 30 tosses in. I think you're more than welcome or ready. Go out to 75 or 80 miles, wherever you feel comfortable. If you're driving them out, you get to 75 miles and you feel that's enough, okay. If you want to go to 80 miles or 85 or 100, that's fine. You've put sounds like you put a bit of time in. Rosedale says, if a family proves itself, it's a possibility. Yeah, the family has to prove it. If the family proves itself in your loft and they're healthy pigeons, I don't think I would worry with shipping them to a one loft race. I would feel more confident. I know what the family can do. How many times did Billy say he went to 45 miles? He said twice. So I take it he's done a bunch of shorter ones. Rosedale, got to make sure your breeders can handle the stress as well. Your breeders. Make sure your breeders. Sure. You got to make sure the birds you're sending can handle the stress. I mean, the biggest hurdle to a one loft race is handling the first 8 weeks of shit that the birds got to go through. The breaking to the new loft, the new environment, all the bacterias, all the bullshit, everything. If they can't get past that, you're not going to win. Now, does a one loft bird that's already gone through that have that ability? Maybe that's the one thing it has a bit more of. But again,
I think Rosedale said the breeders can handle the stress. I mean, like stress. I don't want to sound cruel, but you know, you move the breeder, you got a breeder, put him in your loft, see how he handles that. I hate to say it, but don't give him no food, no water for a week. Let's see how he handles it. What you got? What did you buy as a breeder? And you know, I think that's what Rosedale's saying is how do you know if a breeder can handle the stress? Well, number one, where'd you buy the bird from? That'll show you right off the bat.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. I think it's just a character. I think it's to win a one loft race. If we're talking one loft race, I think at the end of the day, you still need the bloody luck, and you need a lot of luck. You need a lot of luck because most of the time it's one race. It's 300 miles, one time. Your bird has to be ready on that one time for most people. Okay? For most people. There's only a few ace average pigeons, and the rest is lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. And there's a lot of luck. And again, if people are basing the breeding programs on one loft races, I think they're chasing. I think it's fun. I think it's good. But I think you still should be flying your pigeons, trying flying them in a series every year where you can test them for yourself and see how are your birds doing. How are they doing when you test them out? I don't think you put all your eggs into one loft baskets. I just don't think you do that. I think it's a big mistake. That's what
I
I
agree.
think.
Test them out. Put if you got them on a combine, I'm just going to say, our Pioneer One Loft, we test them every single day of the week, and then they go to the races. Which this year we had 4. Last year, the year before, we had 8. They come in here just like you can fly them at home, and we train them. Every day you see what's going on and you see the proof at the end. That's it. This year, I think we had 28 at the end out of 611 birds.
Yeah, and that's just guys. That's just
Proved
this.
it.
That's just the season. It's a tougher season. Every year is different in racing. And again, did we lose good pigeons? Absolutely. But remember, all the pigeons have the same opportunity to finish. So they have to have a bit of luck. You lose good ones. Sometimes the best ones aren't at the end. Sometimes the best ones are at the end. Sometimes the best, luckiest ones are at the end. And I'm not taking away from any pigeons, but I know right here in Belgium and in Holland, the interest level from the superstars, it's laughable. I would say in North America, I could talk all day to pigeon guys about one loft racing. It could just be like it could be like a show. We're talking about one loft racing, right? In Europe, it's not even looked at as really pigeon racing. To be honest, it's a laughable thing. It's a holiday. It's not real. It's not real. They're not founding their lofts off of one loft winners. And I can see why. I'm looking through it through their eyes from what I see here. And I think people in North America, I think it's great. It's a fun thing to do. And I think it is the way of the future. But the races have to improve immensely. Like, I've watched races and big races, 2 or 3 big races. They trained the birds out, not bad. They did the activation and they sat on the birds for 2 weeks with no work. Then they take the birds out and the birds just crash and burn, crash and burn, crash and burn. They were barely trained enough at the beginning, anyways, but they trained them just enough to take your money. So the one loft guy's the winner. Remember, every one loft race, there's a guaranteed winner every year. The man running the race. He wins it every year. Once the birds get activated, we call it the train goes off the tracks. And if you guys think I'm wrong, please, someone tell me I'm wrong on this. I'm dying to see this because no, I'm not wrong. The paperwork's not lying. Take a look at some of the races. Not knocking the races, but guys, you're putting your whole breeding program off of guys that have to get your birds to the first race so they make their 100,000, their 50,000, their 200,000, their 500,000, their $1 million. They need your bird to make it there. And then after that, gonzo. Gonzo. And I will say, if you love flying one loft races and you're real serious in the brain, you're like, I got to do this. I got to win. Breed your birds and send them to a one loft race, whatever races you want. But you have the same amount of birds at your loft at home, and you make sure you train them 25 or 30 times. You bang them 100, 200, 300, 350. You bang them every 7th day like that. Crack, 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 crack. And you know what? You judge your own pigeons in your own one loft race where you see how they come. And at least one thing you didn't mess around. You took them the distances. You don't have to feed them expensive feed. You don't have to medicate the shit out of them. You don't have to darken them, but make it all the same for them. You will see what you get. Hold on, we got some comments. Will says, hey guys, how's it going? Hey, Will. Rosedale says, the birds need to be tested, yes, and One Loft Racing is still not testing them, in my opinion, even close to proper. David Tracy, I'd rather fly in a combine than in a one loft race. Of course you would, because you have control and you're seeing and you're enjoying the pigeons. There's nothing more fun than watching your pigeons come home. That's where you learn what you have is at home. Yes, Rosedale is right. That's where you learn it. So, I'm not here to rag on the one lofts. I think it's something for the future. I think it all needs to be improved. 100%. 100%. And people say, oh, you and your dad, you push them. Yeah, we push them because I'd rather, you know what? I'm looking at it wrong. I should say, fuck it. I'm going to baby them and take your money. And what happens, happens. But that's not being that's not being fair to the pigeon. That's not being fair to the breeder. It's not being fair. It's not fair. And that's why I think the people that get pigeons from our one loft race, if we have 5 that finish, or if we have 100 that finish, normally the pigeons are the top pigeons should go on to breed, I think, pigeons that can at least do some work. I didn't say they're going to win, but they can do some work. And we've proved it every year
Well,
with breeders.
anybody that says that we pushed them, you sign your pigeons up to go in a league, like soccer league, hockey league, football league. Well, okay, I want my son to play on a hockey league, but
Yeah.
I don't really want him to play. Just please don't play him. Stay on the bench. Oh, no. I'll pay to have him play hockey. Oh, so you mean you want him to play, right? So what does that mean? That means he's going to go to practice 3 times a week and he's going to play a game on the weekend. Is that what you want? Or you sign him up to sit on the bench? Well,
But
no,
again,
but that's really not playing, is it?
again,
So
Richard.
I'm just saying, anybody that says, hold on, just let me finish. Anybody that says you push them too much, no. This is pigeon racing.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you here. I'm going to interrupt
Okay,
you.
so I get a little bit offended when people say, "Oh, well, you push them too much." Well, what do you want, man? You want us to sit them on the bench?
Can you just stop for a moment? You didn't listen to what Rosedale said. You and your dad pushed them. You and your dad pushed them. You know how Rosedale is. He likes that we push them. You weren't listening. Now, let's get back on track here.
Maybe I heard it wrong. But I think you said that people say we push them too hard.
Rosedale says, I just, okay, sorry I didn't use the word Rosedale.
You didn't. You said that some people say we push the birds too hard.
No, some people say we push the birds. I believe that's what I said. I can go back and rewind it and watch it, but I don't give a shit. So can I move past this point now?
So,
oh my fucking God.
I picked up that comment, and I'm just picking up that comment, and I'm going.
I'm done with the comment.
Excuse me, you entered in the league. Let's do the work.
Okay, I'm done with that comment now. I'm done with it. Moving on.
Okay. Go.
Can I move on now?
Go ahead.
Other races tell people they train the birds hard. They work them hard. If you calculate the miles and the actual work, the birds don't work very hard at all. They get big losses or whatever the case may be. But people bring those birds back that haven't done serious work, and then they breed out of them, and they send them to a race like ours, who takes them out every day and makes them do some honest work. Honest racing, some real racing. And what happens is pigeons, if you fly year after year in a candy ass race system, right? If you fly that, you actually get weaker, not stronger. You get weaker. So that's what I'm saying on that. Cream rises to the top, says Rosedale. Good pigeon man, yes. Jordan Polson says, I would do 3 or 4 at 45. Then when they're ready, like Ricky says, take them to 100. Yeah, it's a feeling. On your side, Ricky, says Rosedale. Yes, I knew that. I read the question wrong. And fuck. My apologies.
You read it wrong.
Yeah. My reading's got to improve.
And those birds, by the way, if those birds from the fellow's loft, if they're flying, loft flying, and the feeding's right, and if he's taking them up to 25 miles, okay, I jump them to 100 miles, no problem. but you have to know how to recognize that condition, the response of the birds, trapping response, loft flying in the morning, loft flying in the afternoon for a half an hour to an hour, a little more, morning and night. You take them to 25 miles, bang, you jump them to 100 miles. But you have to know how to recognize
So what
that
I would
condition,
so
mental condition.
so what I would
I
say
don't want
is for what I
the
would
guy
say
to
is
throw his birds away. I know.
so yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about you, right? We're not talking about you. Because you could take them 2 times to 25 miles and jump them to 125 miles. We're not talking about you. We're talking about Billy here. Okay? So you know what we're going to tell Billy? Billy, take him another 3 times.
We,
Take him
we don't
another
want to
five.
steer him wrong.
Take him another 5 times, 45 miles. But here's the deal: take him 45 miles for 5 days straight. Bang, 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 bang. And on the fifth day, take him 80 miles.
Oh,
There you go.
oh,
Test them out.
Billy,
Right?
you're ready to go to 150 miles.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, 100%.
Robert Daughtry says, better results when you train hard, of course. Ricky's
Yeah.
right, yes. Robert Daughtry says Ricky's right. Honestly, think Ricky understands pigeons. Of course Ricky does. Done this his whole life. He's like Serge, just he's wearing glasses. uh, uh,
No, but I'm right here in the kitchen. The lights are bright. Bothers me.
I know. You're our Roy Orbison of the show tonight. But uh, well,
Oh yeah, can you sing one of his songs?
I shouldn't have even mentioned Roy Orbison to you because I know that's what you're going to do. Go ahead, Ricky. Give us a Roy Orbison right on camera, bud.
No, I won't. I won't. I
full
won't.
screen you. Come on, let her go. Go ahead.
No, no,
What's
I
your favorite?
won't.
What's your
I'm
favorite
embarrassed right now.
What's your favorite Roy Orbison song?
I know a couple of them, but I can't remember them now.
He's gonna come to and watch this, folks. This is the best part of the family
It'll
show.
click in.
It'll click in. When it clicks in, just start
You
singing.
know the woman walking down the street.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
pretty
How's it
woman,
go?
yeah. Walking
Yes.
down the street, pretty woman. The
Oh,
kind
boy.
I like to meet, pretty woman. Oh yeah, pretty woman, yeah.
Oh
Back and
boy.
forth.
Hey, that's a
Yeah,
fun part
pretty
of the show,
woman.
guys.
And there's another one. Well, if you want me to sing more, it's going to cost you, eh?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So, I love Ricky's passion. It is so good. I can see it in his eyes through his glasses. Yeah, he's got the glasses, Jordan. Thanks for pointing that out. Rosedale says,
These,
love
by the way, these are Serengetis.
I know. Loves the surge today. Reminded me of my mentor. Ricky does it as well. All right. Ricky needs to sing. I just called to say I love you. Oh, no. No, no. Don't ask Ricky to sing. I just
Yeah, I
called to
know
say.
that song.
Yeah, you did that on the
But
show.
who sang that? Who sang that one? I just called to say I love you. That was Stevie Wonder. I
Yeah.
just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care.
All right, hold on.
I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Well, on that
There
note,
you go.
folks. Let's not stop Ricky. You can. Hey guys, if you guys come
Okay.
to one of our events,
Oh,
you can go to a karaoke with Ricky. He's gonna help you out.
okay. Hey, listen. We're not going to change. We're going to change this hour to not the family night. This is going to be karaoke. Okay. So who's next?
Yeah.
Who's going to sing next?
We have to get people to send their videos in. David Tracy gives you a round of applause. But anyways,
No, that Stevie Wonder. He was great. Yeah.
He was. So tomorrow I'm in Holland right now. So I was in Belgium. Now I drove over to Holland. I'm in
Okay, you're
Holland.
gonna have to excuse me. I got to go out there and check the chicken.
Okay.
Or what do they say? Choke the chicken?
Oh boy. All right, Ricky, go check your chickens. I'll bring the camera back on to me. Oh boy. You guys having fun yet? That's what I always like to say. Are you having fun? I hope you are. Um, Tomorrow I go to visit Peter Vandermeer, Holland. Real good flyer. A lot of national wins. A lot of good pigeons. We're going to go there for the selection. We're going there for the selection for his auction coming up this year. I've got another super loft I'm going to on Saturday. Friday, I'm going to be going to Chris Clarebot and Willie Daniels. And I can't remember what I'm doing on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to figure that out as I go. But I'm definitely having a busy schedule here this week. Oh, I've also got to go to Stefan Steenberg for his show. I don't know if I'll go there before the weekend or during the weekend. So lots coming on here. Ron says, does she view being before? Oh boy, I don't know. Brian Mansker is giving a round of applause. Yes, Brian. Round of applause. I'll see the pigeon that you purchased, Brian. I'll see if I can ask Peter to handle it. He has his loft manager there tomorrow, which is a Filipino
No.
gentleman. He always helps out. He's pretty good with the English. So I think tomorrow we're going to do a full loft tour video, which you guys won't see, but I will do a Facebook Live with Peter. And it's going to be sometime, I'm going to say tomorrow between 8 in the morning and 11 in the morning or 12, because I could do it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my time, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Again, it all depends on how quick the taping goes. And I don't mean how quick the taping goes. Sometimes we get to the breeders and you could sit there and have a coffee or have a beer. You could have a couple of them and you're just talking. And, I think what a lot of people don't understand is I said to Richard on Sunday, we had a guy come over, Wally. He wanted to see the Anik interview with Gabby. I said to Richard, I'll be on between 3 and 4 my time, which was between 9 and 10 North American time. I don't think I got on till 10:30, and it was because in the room, everyone has to get. I don't know how to say it. You got to get is it in a zone, in a groove? It has to have the best right feeling you can get before you start these things. I don't like to go in and start anything cold. I don't think it's good. You get what I mean, Ricky?
Oh yeah, you got to warm up with the people. Basically, it's like the people paid to go to the circus, $1. So you have to warm up. It warms up.
Yeah.
And exactly, you're exactly right. Yes, the chemistry has to warm up. You don't really know. Annex Gochan, you've met her now 3, 4, 5 years now. Gabby came, and it's kind of like a little warm up thing. You don't want to make it a high pressure, what you call an arrangement or, get together. It's not a high pressure thing. So that's where you take time. And Wally was nice. He came, top notch flyer in this local combine. And he was here at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'll tell you, he didn't leave till 10 to 12. and he was enjoying the interviews that you did, and handled birds again. Real a man that takes his time and studies to what he wants.
Well, yeah, and that's good, and he's getting the results for it, which I'm happy. Rosedale says you've been to a great lofts. Yeah, I've been to great lofts, and I'll tell you, I have to thank the breeders that allowed us in and given us the opportunity. Not every time you get in, and sometimes it's not your time. You have to be patient, and I'm always patient, but I always push for the best. What time tomorrow, says Brian Mansker. Brian, if you're on Toronto time, which right now in Toronto it is 9:30 at night, let's just say I'm going to be on sometime tomorrow morning, let's say between 8 in the morning and 11 in the morning, in that time. So you're going to have to stay focused to that, subscribe so you get the notifications. Intentionally bought a Limburg pigeon. Yes, I went to Eric Lindbergh. It's so funny. I know about Eric Lindbergh, and I'll say, I said to Eric, first of all, Eric said to me, with our last name, he said, I have a good friend. His name's Willie Zonigan in Belgium, which I thought that was interesting. And then he said to me, and then he when he brought out the pigeons, I said, now these are pigeons Ricky would love. He put them in my hands as quick as he put them in, is as quickly as I could. I just looked 10, 10, 10, 10. I shook his hand and I said, thank you for these 6 pigeons. They're chiseled out of bloody steel. They're proper. They're a 10 plus. And I say, when you give that, we got the right confirmation, pedigrees are good, and you destroy people in racing, it's good for you, the buyers. Now, hold on, I'm going to keep going. My good friend Peter Vrace, Peter and Ian Vrace, he says, hey, Ryan and Richard, Steenberg Stefan, you mean Stefan Steenberg, is almost my neighbor, yes? Is he? Oh, hey, maybe I'll have to come by for a drink after and say hello. Marion Vallette, hey guys, I think Lindbergh has one of the best pigeons. Rosedale. Oh, yes, he does. Eric has some super pigeons. The name? We have I think it's a grandchild of his super. Mike Parrish says, how come Anders Brobeck said he never torches or catches pigeons except for in their room? Okay, so let's picture this, guys. There's a big aviary, and you have a section. Anders doesn't catch the pigeons in the aviary. He makes them go into the room, and then he catches them, or he closes the door. He calms them down, slows them down. He wants them in the aviary, in the big room, to be comfortable. He catches them in the room. When they're in their room, in their section, he closes the door. It's a smaller room. The birds are calmer. That's his technique. So that's what he meant by that. But that's a really good question. Mike Parrish. That was a good question. Oh, this has been a pretty good show tonight. We've touched on a few different subjects. And again, I say when you guys ask the questions, it helps the show. Today with Serge, you guys were really, really good. And I know people keep telling me, well, why can't you give us a time when the show is going to be on? I don't know tomorrow when I get there how it goes.
Oh, let me ask you a question. Are you saying the show's going to be on tomorrow morning at 8:30? No.
It could be at 8:30 in the morning. It could be at 10:30 in the morning because we're 6 hours different.
So that'll
right?
be what? That'll be our time?
Yeah, in the mornings. Because if I interview somebody,
so okay, right.
Yes.
right now your time is, it's like uh 10 o'clock. It's like
It's
2 or 3
3:30.
o'clock in the morning there.
3:30 in the morning here.
3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So then you're going to do a show at 8:30 in the morning, your time or our time?
Your time. If I get to the breeder's house and I have coffee and I do the recording and I select the pigeons, and by the time
Right.
you do selecting of the pigeons, by the time you do the loft tour, by the time you
Right.
either eat something or you have another drink, by that time it's around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If you get there at 10:30 in the morning, 10:30 by
That's
11:30.
your time. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, I'm 6 hours ahead of you. So if I do a live Facebook at 2:30 in the afternoon, it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. We're behind. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. 100%.
Rosedale says Anders has an interesting pigeons. Be all over many if I had the space. Yeah, he has a lot. Ricky Wonders. They're calling you now Ricky Wonders. Like Stevie Wonder, Ricky Wonders. He does look like a Ricky Wonders. He is. Let's talk. Let's take the OLR birds training, Ricky. Oh boy, let's not take the OLR birds training. No. We're done OLR racing for this year. And before we talk about one loft racing
Yeah.
next year, we have to come up with a plan and what we're going to do, and if we're going to do it, and how we're going to do it, and what differences are we going to do, and go from there. That's something that we'll talk about between all, the three of us and what we're going to do. But would you guys like us to run another one loft race? That's the good question. And I'm telling you, the one thing I think all one loft races should do is, I think it's a must. I think all prize money, all the money comes up front in every race. Number one, it'll cut down the amount of birds that get sent. It's going to help the loft managers out, and it's going to help the flyers make some money. The flyers, because the flyers birds.
What I'd also like to see, I'd
Mhm.
like to see the one loft races. In this area, we have 3 fairly close. Get together, and we have an encore at the end. Where the one lofts, they go together and we fly in one race. So A one loft, B one loft, C. We all fly 300 miles. They all go in a basket together, and we all go together. And I think we're going to have like a challenge. It's going to be a challenge,
It's like a championship.
and
Sure.
it's
Great.
going to be one loft A, B, and C. Then we're going to have an overall winner of those 3 one lofts. Let's get together and do it. Let's make it fun.
Well, again, every year, Richard, we ask this, but it takes, what do they say? It takes two to tango, doesn't it?
Yeah, but we don't have to go to, if we're going up to 300 miles, 500 kilometers, it's going to be a little over 300 miles. We don't have to take them to 350 or 400. Let's just all get together and go to 500 clicks at the end. And we can break a week or 2 weeks, and then the challenge comes.
Yeah,
You
I
understand
know,
what I'm saying?
Richard. I understand that, but at the end of the day,
I'd like to see the one lofts. We have 3 one lofts here locally. Let's get together and let's do it. It will be a lot of fun.
yeah, I agree 100%. And that's at the end of the day, it's going to help pigeons become better and better for the people flying. More fun. Hold on, Mike. No, Marion. Marion says this: Anders Brobeck, Anders and his brother Hans Brobeck, they have the old families. Yes, they do. Rosedale says 100%. Do you still enjoy running the one loft race? Oh, of course you. I love flying pigeons. It's a lot of fun. Rosedale says balls out, as they say. Rosedale says throw them in with an open race. Yes. Well, again, you can't. You can try to do anything you want if the people don't not participate, but if races won't let you in, or the under one loft races ignore your idea, they don't see a value in it.
I don't understand this again. I can't figure that out. But hey, it is what it is.
Getting multiple OLRs together isn't all a dream. It won't happen. Well, of course it won't happen because the other one loft races, they don't want to participate. And I like I said again, to me, it doesn't make any sense. It only makes sense to me if you're not really putting in the work. Because if you're not putting in the work, you don't want to bring them against somebody that's willing to put the work in because you're going to get slaughtered.
And it's not going to look good for your one loft race. And that's why one loft races don't go together. But I will say in California,
The Triple Crown, the California Classic, the Holiday Cup, the Royal Cup, they all go together. The Triple Crown's no longer, but that to me,
that was the greatest topper.
of one loft races in California and San Diego. In my personal opinion, the best of the best was there.
And it's still pretty good there.
Rosedale says backpedaling. Yeah. Do you think one loft races are better than combines? Absolutely not. One loft racing is a lazy pigeon man's way. I don't think. You know what? If it was flying one loft racing and that's all you could fly, I'm not interested. I would have pigeon.
I don't even think I'd rather have Spanish powders.
I'd rather have something that's because I just don't
See, it's not the same.
It's not the same fun. I mean, it's fun, but I couldn't do one loft races and not play with your own pigeons. I mean, it's just ridiculous to me. I don't know. Well, like I said, it still hasn't come up to the high enough level, and I don't think I don't know if it'll ever get to the high level, or is it going to be just a
Basically, a pyramid
job?
to make money. I think.
And I think the big races, I think what do they say? Where there's money, there's crooks or whatever. I think there's some
Dirtiness there too. But you know what? I think there's good ones. There's got to be good ones, and there's corrupt ones, and there's
abracadabra ones. There's all different kinds. But the best thing is when you're in your backyard and you fly the pigeons yourself, you look in the mirror, you're the one running it. You watch how the pigeons can train. You watch how the pigeons condition. You're the boss, and it makes you better. Hey, that was fun.
It's your team, and start to finish, get them ready for that first race. And if you got 8 races to go or 9, you better get ready beforehand. And those birds better fly 8 races or 9 races in a row. That's your team. Any team you have, hockey team, we're going to go every Saturday night. We're going to play a game. You guys better get ready. And that's not you guys. I better make sure I got you guys ready to play that game. Me, I'm the coach. And that's what it is, right? So flying out of your own backyard, you're the coach. You are the coach. And if you work, I'm saying, too many hours a week on your job and you can't be there to take care of your birds, to do it right, you're not going to beat the guy that can do that. A guy that works 40 hours a week, 35 hours a week, and he takes time to do that program,
right?
He will smoke you. As long as he is up here, it's a team thing. You got a team.
if you don't, what I'm saying is, even if you don't have time to win in your combine or in your club, and you want to fly one loft races, you better test your pigeons in your own loft on a simple system that's not competitive, but you test them every week for so many weeks. You put them through the test. Okay, if you're working 90 hours a week, you loft fly your birds, you train them 15 times, you start them at 100 miles, or you take them to your combine, put them at 100 miles, the next week put them at 150 miles, the next week put them at 2, fly the whole season with no training in between, just run them, and you will have pigeons at the end. You don't have to be competitive and say, I'm going to win combines if you're working 95 hours a week. You can't do that. So you judge them a different way. You make the system work and you realize I'm not going to beat the guy that's putting 40 hours a week into my pigeons when I'm only putting 14 hours a week or 12 hours a week. And
Hey,
that's all we're saying. That's all I'm saying. But hey, Ricky, you know what? It's that time, eh? You know what
oh
time it
yeah,
is.
you got to go to bed.
It's already 3:40 here in the morning. Not that it's late or nothing, but better get some rest. Good night to everyone. Do you have any thoughts on how to teach young birds to break away from combine birds in a race? Well, it's repetition and training. It's teaching them on a line of flight, and it's feeding. And like Derek Walsh says, like Vanden Bosch says, to train them 50, 60 times. 50, 60 times. I mean, you gotta put. You want pigeons to break if you're not on the right spot. You better have them trained. And by the way, you can only win what the competition will allow you. And if the winds are not in your favor to break, sometimes, unless you have distance, you ain't going to break. They're going to follow, they're going to get dragged a little bit too far. It'll happen. So remember, when the wind's not with you, you have to be honest and say, hey, this wasn't my day. But when the winds are with you, you better be there if you're putting the work in. Some can't race
Yeah,
from
you
where,
better be there.
and Rosedale says,
I
some can't race from where they are. And I get that. Everyone has a problem. I can't fix everyone's problem. I can't fix anyone's problem. But I will say one thing. If you want to do it and you want to fly and you want to whatever, you make things happen. You get a place somewhere, a loft, you rent a place and you fly some pigeons. I don't know. It's hard to take birds 60 miles when you got to work and have kids. And yes, it is. It's very hard. 100% it
eh,
is. But why would you work hard, pay money, dump them into a one loft race where at the end of the day, the guy doesn't work them. The guys don't even really show you where they're going. And to top it off, as soon as they get them to where it goes, you dump more money in, and away you go. I mean, I don't think it's very hard for you to come home from work, exercise the birds around the loft, okay? And 3 times a week, which can be a Saturday, a Sunday, it can be 2 days on one time on a Saturday, one time on a Sunday, and a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Take them 35 miles. There you go. I don't think that's hard. Take them 25 miles. Hell, take them 12 miles. Every day you come home from work, you're done lawn flying, take them 12 miles today, 12 miles tomorrow. Twice a week, give them a stretch. But hey, you have kids, you have a wife, try and get them involved a little bit. I don't know.
hey, it's life, my friend. If I am a retired man and I am, or not even a retired man, if I'm a man that wants to go 100% pigeon flying, and I can do that from when I get up in the morning till night. I'm a pigeon flyer, and you have pigeons, and you're a pretty darn good guy, but you work in a 50-hour week. Okay, you're going to have a very hard time to beat me. Very hard time, because my birds are my key from morning till night. So I'm not trying to discourage people, but what I'm saying is, but
Hold on.
for example,
Can I just
hold on, don't stop me. In a combine that we're in right now, in this area, there's 100 and something flyers. All the people are working people. Well, boom. You know what? We're all in that same boat. They're all in that same boat. But if you're talking about, and he takes birds and he law flies, lets them come in, rest, whatever he does on that system, and if you have to 30 hours a week and 60 hours a week, you ain't gonna beat me, because I am serious pigeon flying.
That's great. That's great. And if anybody watching has any common sense in their head, and they say to themselves, I'm working 60 hours a week, I have 2 kids in hockey and in baseball, and my daughter's in ballet, and my wife likes to go to the movies, and take yourself and be honest, and don't compare yourself to the man that's working 60 hours a week. Don't turn around and say, my birds are all shit.
My birds are shit. They don't compete.
No, they don't compete, because you didn't give them the same opportunity as the man that's focusing. So judge them for really what the work that you've put in. Really
That's
judge them
100%
that way.
right.
Common sense it.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
We got some more
I
comments.
just put it out on a plate. That's it.
Okay, a couple comments and we're gonna wrap this up. Marion says, in one-off races, it's 90% luck. Not all the time. Big names win. That means something. Yes, I agree. I think in the big world championship one-off races, it's mostly all big names that win most of the time. Ron says, you should fly with your one-off race. Oh yeah. Mine's tough. Ours is a real one. Ron says, that was my problem 30 years ago, but it's true. Yes. It's hard to fly pigeons when you guys are busy with your families. I get that. Marion says, in some one-off races, you have to send stronger pigeons. You have in your loft. It's not enough to be just smart. Of course, you need smarts, you need luck, and you need some big heart. Ron says, one-off racing would be the best way to go. It would be if there's a lot of good ones and you can afford it. If I didn't have my wife and kids, I couldn't race. I work 80 to 90 hours a week. Hey, Mike, and you've done something great. You brought your family into it, and I give you thumbs up to that. And you know what, Mike? As long as they're helping and you guys are working together, if there's a mistake happens or someone doesn't do it 100%, you guys are working as a team, don't tear a strip off them. You know what? Work together, positivity, and you will get the results. But you all have to stay on the same page. And if someone makes a mistake, hey, have a little laugh about it. It happens. Rome wasn't built in a day. But Mike, you're working 90 hours a week, and I bet you there's weeks you work 120. And you know what? It's very nice that your wife and your kids take the time to make your hobby, and now they're involved with it. And I think that's super. I think on that note, Ricky, I'm going to say to you all, I got a busy day tomorrow.
I'm saying, if excuse me, but I'm saying if you want to be on top,
You're beating a horse.
I don't want to discourage people.
Okay, so why are you bringing it
up? You're going to be working pigeons about 38, 40 hours a week.
Oh my God. Okay.
From start to finish. And this could be, I don't want to say that. But
well, you're beating a dead horse
again.
Fuck it. If you want to win, 60 hours a week. You want to be unfucking beatable? 70 hours a week. Fuck 30 hours a week. I want you to give me a real working man 7 days a week. Then you're going to get it. Fuck 30 hours.
That's why people come into our one loft.
Right. I get it.
Because we do it.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm finished for tonight. I've had my fun of this. We've went around, and guys, like I said, you want to win at anything in life? Ping pong, snooker, baseball, hockey, anything. Guess what? Fucking work.
Okay, what about hold it? What about cricket?
Cricket. All right, guys, that's Ricky. He's having
Okay,
fun.
hold on.
Dave
Hold
Conover
on.
says, get ready. 12 hours of work day tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be a long day tomorrow. And I just want, Ricky, I'm going to close the show down, but I want you to end with something I love you. What's that stupid song? Go and sing it.
I just called to say I love you, and I'm gonna do it like this. I just called to say how much I cared. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it.
Yeah,
You
and I
cut
mean
me
it.
off.
No, I didn't.
I
I'm
mean
laughing,
it from the bottom of my heart, and
guys.
that's exactly what a nice song that was.
On that note, guys, that's the Pigeon Boss Tour. 5 spots remain. $59.99. You get on the tour. Come and enjoy it. Great Monday Night Show will be on next Monday again. Ricky, have a good night. We will talk tomorrow, and we'll see you at Peter's Lobster.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight now. I'm all wound up.
All right, I got to go.